What up?
What up?
What up?
It's almost New Year's Eve. Time to turn over a new leaf.
But what about a new cocktail?
Two bald guys eat stuff and talk about it.
So it's a limited time release. Cinnamon Coke is one of Dave and I's favorites this holiday season.
It has been an outstanding release too.
It's really, really smooth, and it's got just enough cinnamon flavor, but not too much. That's the thing about it.
Yep.
So Coke has given us this exclusive Illini branded cooler, and everybody wants this cooler, of course, because Illini made the first bowl game in forever. So we decided to have a cocktail recipe contest. We got over 175 submissions from this.
Wow.
The winner gets that exclusive Yeti cooler, and we picked the top 3 from all those submissions, and we're going to try the top 3. Whichever one is our favorite, then obviously they get the cooler.
And there's lots of things that go with cinnamon Coke.
That's true. This first one comes to us from Missy Dean. A lot of you guys had the same idea as Missy, but she was the first one to comment with us, and that's Crown Royal Apple, and Cinnamon Coke mixed together.
Sounds like a delicious apple pie.
So 2 really good seasonal flavors with your apple and your Cinnamon Coke, and easy. Ooh, man.
First you get the apple, and then the warm cinnamon kind of kicks in and balances it really nice.
It reminds me of an apple crisp.
Very much so.
So apple crisp, I think, has more cinnamon than a normal apple pie. Depends on how you make your pies, but
Yeah, this is not the kind of apple pie my mom would make, but I think my dad would, and he would enjoy this.
the good mix and blend of the apple and the cinnamon together is what complements each other. There's little to hardly any like Coke vanilla flavor to it, though.
No, I do like the sweetness of the Coke in this, and then you get of course, the cinnamon and the apple mixing together, and it's really good.
Of course, the great thing about Crown Apple is it's really smooth. There's hardly any afterburn, which I don't get a lot of it. Even though this is half and half Coke and half Crown Royal, there's very little whiskey burn.
Yeah, it's perfect with the cinnamon Coke.
All right, so out of 10.
This was an easy 8.5.
Yep. I'll do an 8. Just because I don't know where it's going to go after this. Because we have really good submissions, and these top 3 are going to be hard to judge.
Yeah, this was a really nice simple one though, so I stuck it at 8.5 because I don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
This is from Diana Eldridge, and it's called the Dirty Russian.
It's a good name.
It is. So you fill your glass with ice, add vodka, Kahlua, and of course cinnamon Coke on top, and splash in some cold milk.
Of course, a twist on the White Russian is but so this is a spin with the cinnamon Coke. So interesting to try this one.
Love a White Russian.
To the Dirty Russian.
I don't know any Russian.
Oh wow, that's tasty.
Yeah.
Man, that's an interesting taste cocktail. So I'm trying to figure what flavors I got first. I gotta go another sip.
I think I had the cinnamon first.
You know what it kind of reminds me of is a Coke float.
It really does.
Because one of my favorite things is not a root beer float, but a Coke float.
I do too.
You just take vanilla ice cream and you put it in Coke, of course. But that Kahlua and the milk and the Coke together makes it seem like a Coke float. You hardly get any vodka taste whatsoever.
No. And I'm not getting much coffee taste. It really does taste like a float.
Man, that is delicious.
Cinnamon Coke in there with the Kahlua must be magic or something, because
you just get a hint of cinnamon though. That's the crazy thing, is that on the first cocktail that we got with the Crown Royal and the cinnamon Coke, you got a lot of cinnamon flavor. This one is kind of toned down.
Something must work together to tone everything down, because that's really smooth.
That's dangerous right there, because it's got both vodka and Kahlua in it, but there's hardly any liquor taste to it.
Yeah, here's the Dirty Russians.
All right, so out of 10 on that one.
I'm gonna bump that up to a 9.
That's nearly a 9.5 for me. That is really delicious. I would never thought putting those ingredients together would do that, but that's awesome.
You know, it'd be even better, maybe put a scoop of ice cream in there.
The last finalist comes to us from Carla Swan. She says, start with a shot of Captain Morgan, add a splash of amaretto.
Okay.
Then you got the Coke, cinnamon Coke, and then you add ice cream, vanilla ice cream to the last.
Ooh.
So all this blended together. Again, we always try to give you an ice cream recipe in our cocktails, just to add a little bit of depth to it. And most of our higher up finalists always finish with ice cream.
They do.
There's something about that texture together. Maybe it's the flavor.
It's been ice cream and peppermint the last couple. Now, there's nothing much better in this world than a good Captain and Coke.
That's true.
So.
And have you tried cinnamon Coke with Captain?
I have not. So this will be a treat. And a little splash of amaretto.
Oh my.
Nice and sweet.
Yeah.
That amaretto really brings out the sweetness of the Coke.
And the Coke, yeah. Cinnamon flavor, again, just a hint. The first one had the most, the Crown Royal and the cinnamon Coke together had the most cinnamon flavor. These other two have been tamed back a little bit, but still the amaretto and the Coke mixed together is an interesting combination.
Yep, it is. And the ice cream brings out some more sweetness. That's really tasty.
Again, really smooth. There's not a huge liquor aftertaste. I think what this reminds me of.
I get Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, it does
But I wasn't going to
taste
say
like
it.
All right,
Yeah.
so out of 10 on that one.
This was good, but it wasn't quite as good as the last one. I'm going to go 8.5 on this one as well.
Yeah, I like an 8.5 on that one. I think to make it over the top, maybe more ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah, we could have tried some more ice cream.
So if you're making this in a punch bowl in large quantities, I'd suggest, dumping a little bit more ice cream on top.
Yeah.
All right, so our winner is Diana Eldridge. Congratulations.
Yes,
she
and
came
thank
up with
you.
the Dirty Russian, which is great. So she won the Illini Cooler. If you guys at home, we'll post these recipes so you guys can make them too. Mix them up and let us know which one's your favorite.
Absolutely.
Two bald guys eat stuff and talk about it.